Hi, I'm Dan, and as always, I'm going to slick my hair back during the video. And I wear this shirt a lot in the videos, I noticed. So I promise you, I have like 2 other t-shirts I wear some of the time. Um, and today I want to talk, today I'm going to talk about pressure. I meditated for about 2 hours. I don't really know. I wasn't timing. And what came up is how much pressure we put on ourselves. And I know I feel this in my shoulders and in my body. And as empaths, spiritual beings, we tend to put a lot of pressure on ourselves to be the perfect person, to always be kind, to never be angry, to always do things that are in alignment, to always be in integrity. There's this like bizarre notion that because now we listened to Eckhart Tolle once, that now we have to be perfect and always in the moment. Like there's this bizarre thing, like we're measuring ourselves up to other people that have different purposes and different paths in their lives. And that pressure just builds in our bodies. And I know many spiritual people have health issues, and a lot of times it's the pressure. I know my back was in the shoulders, this is pressure building, this perfectionism pressure to be like someone else or to be up here. And it's definitely good to go after the ideal of integrity, right? And I know in ancient Greece they talk about this, like they had an ideal person, but they know you'd never reach it. Like it's impossible to get there. And it's always just a little out of your reach. And I think that's perfect, because if it was ever in our reach, if we ever got there, the game would be over, right? Just watch Harry Potter, and if you catch the snitch, then the game's over. Like, and then you don't get to play Quidditch anymore, right? So the idea is, you ever caught, this is a weird metaphor, but if you ever caught the end, the perfectionism, the game would be over. And that's okay. But you don't want the game to be over. You want that constant growth. But at the same time, like there's a pressure to get there. There's a spiritual pressure to get into enlightenment and to be in that perfect space. A lot of spiritual coaches have this pressure that they have to get a bunch of clients and they have to have this big business. There's like pressure that you have to be rich. There's pressure that you have to look this way. There's this pressure. Like if our society did anything, it's pressure you into a pressure cooker. Like you got to work 40 hours a week and then you got to work another job, right? Like we just put people in a freaking Instapot pressure cooker. And then they freaking have bad health and heart disease by the end of their lives. And they're like tired and they can't even like go do fun stuff when they're retired because they've been put in this pressure cooker their whole entire lives. And then they die of some health thing before they should. And this is all because we put pressure and stress on people to be something. And we're all perfectly unique who we are supposed to be in this world. And you might be the ultimate slacker. You might be the dude, right? You might be the guy that's just supposed to slack his whole life and make it okay for other people to be slackers. That might be your purpose. Buddha was the ultimate slacker, right? There was a ascended master that is the dude. It is Buddha, and he was a slacker. That was his purpose. Jesus, not as much of a slacker. He always wanted to flip tables and do stuff, right? He was more of the activist master. They're both ascended, but they both had different unique paths to getting there. Different things to do, right? The Dalai Lama has a different path than, say, I don't know, like the person that leads the Black Lives Matter revolution. Like, but they're both following their paths. And really the pressure of perfectionism comes with comparing yourself to others. And really we learn this in school. Like our school is all about comparison, right? You're compared, your grade's compared to that person's grade. Even if it's not the idea in math, even though you are supposed to be the greatest creative writer that's ever existed, like that's why you were born, but you have this pressure to do math, right? And it's not your thing. But we literally tell people, you need to try to be good at something you're not good at and you don't like. And you need to like put pressure on yourself to do it. And that's really out of alignment with how nature works. We don't go to birds. We don't go to like this bird and you're like, hey, bird. And it's like, what bird? You got to get really good at running really fast. And the bird's like, but I fly. And you're like, but I know you're flying. That's why you were born to do. But you got to run. You got to stay on the ground. And you got to do the things you're supposed to do. But the bird's like, I fly. Why would I learn to walk? And it's the same thing as if you were wanting to be a creative writer and that was your purpose. Why would you ever learn these things? It doesn't make any sense. But that's our whole society structured. It's this pressure cooker to get you to be good at things you don't really want to do. And I listen to Kyle Cease, and I agree with this. The reason people self-sabotage things is because it's actually the thing they don't want. So it's actually you're never self-sabotaging something. It's just not really your calling. So if you were like an accountant and you didn't want to be an accountant, so you sabotaged your classes or your job and got fired, it's because you didn't want to do that. Like, this is not the thing you wanted, so you destroy it. If you're in a relationship and you sabotage, well, you didn't really like the relationship. You're just like sabotaging that on purpose. And I know I've done this in the past and blamed myself. I'm like, oh, that's not the thing. And many people, you know, the diagnosis of ADD, which I still think is the dumbest diagnosis. There's an article saying it doesn't exist. But the idea is that attention deficit disorder is not being able to focus on things you don't want to focus on. You don't like it. Like, this idea that you have to focus on it. I did my taxes. I didn't last minute because the only way I'm going to do my taxes, because I don't want to do it, is last minute. And I also do TurboTax the easiest way, right? So I could do it in an hour. I'm never going to do taxes for people. I don't like it. There's people that like it. So I don't have ADD. I just don't want to do freaking taxes. So like when you're in school, you're like, I love drawing. And they're like, well, but you have to learn about how America is the greatest country and, you know, that Christopher Columbus discovered America, you know, even though you know it's BS. So basically you have to learn lies that we want to teach you so you be a good patriot, even though you don't want to. So you don't get a good grade because you don't give a shit about it. It's not necessary. So all this pressure that was put on you from your parents to do shit you didn't want to do when you didn't want to do it, when it didn't excite you, just pressure and pressure and pressure and pressure. Like, you gotta do this thing now. You gotta do the dishes now. You gotta do this now. It's like this pressure, like to get a to-do list, and it's not even yours anymore. You literally have your parents' to-do list in your head. One of mine was like, I had to be rich or famous or like a big person. I just give that up. I have enough money to eat. I have enough money to live. I've traveled. I've done a ton of things. I'm done putting on my pressure to ever make a certain amount of money. It's gone. Like, that's a pressure someone else gave you. This pressure that you have to, I don't know, exercise every day. There's people that are very in shape that just go on walks once in a while. That's pressure. Does it excite you? No, then don't do it. Like, I look pretty in shape, I think. I don't work out in spurts when it excites me, and then I stop and then I just walk. It's pressure. Under pressure. Like, everyone's under pressure to be something. We're all going after the same goal, right? The pressure is to be rich, get a family, get a house. Like, there's pressure to do this sequential thing. But if everyone did it, if everyone got rich, then who would work for them? Some people don't want to run a company. They'd rather just show up to work and go home. That's okay. You don't have to. You don't have to have all these goals other people have. You don't have to do that much. As someone who's been watching a lot of movies and shows that I love and laying on a day bed at my house during this quarantine and feeling guilty at it at times, and then going hiking and doing crazy fun stuff and meditating, knows that when we least the reason that I was put in this place of really being a slacker right now is to show that it's okay. Most people are working their butts off, putting the pressure to hoard things for later. The pressure's gone. It's quarantine time, right? You're in quarantine probably, or maybe not. You can't do all the things you want to do, but you got this great chance right now to go watch Avatar on Netflix if you haven't watched that show, because you got binge time and use it. It might change your life. You might as well take advantage of the situation you're in, right? Do the things you can do, and don't put pressure to like somehow bust through the wall. And that's what most of us do. We see an obstacle, we see something in our lives, we see things that we're doing, and we try to bust through them. We're creating it when there's literally like angels and bird angels coming down to just lift you over the thing. But you're like, nah, I'm going to bust through it. And they're like, you have bird angels that are going to grab you and bring you over the wall. But you're like, nah, I got this. And really, do you? Do you got this? Because I don't got this. I don't got any of this. I've been confused. I have no clue what's going on. I moved across the country in 2 weeks. I have a job. I was driving home today. I'm like, I am fully trained at a job and I live in Taos, New Mexico, and this all happened in like 2 months. I don't even know what the heck just happened. Like, I can't even contemplate it. It's moving so fast. It's like a stream that I'm surfing. But honestly, I'm also laying around most of the day. So I got a job, I moved, and I might get another gig teaching kids online, and I get to run my own kid show, which sounds awesome. If you looked at the amount of work I've done to achieve this, it is very little. It's been a lot of watching Avatar and laying on the bed and resting. Like, I applied for one job because my intuition told me to apply for that one job, and it's the only one that excited me. And during the interview, I interviewed against like 8 people I didn't even know. I just told them, this is the one job I have, and I got it like that because I'm following the thing I want to do, right? I actually prepared for the interview. I get ready. I do, because I'm not following the things I don't want to do. You're going to fail if you don't want to do the thing. You're going to fail. It's a guarantee. And it's okay, because then you learn what you don't want to do. But if you fail at the thing you like to do, you're going to find a way around it. Even though you might be angry and frustrated. And when I was doing this tryout for this VIP kid, I was like, rah. But I needed help. I asked my awesome girlfriend Hannah for help, and she helped me do it. Because I wanted it. I didn't sabotage it. I tried to. I would have, right? Anything else, if I didn't really want it, I'd be like, whatever. Like, I tried to transcribe online. I'm like, I really want to do this. So I didn't put any effort into it. But I have no capability. This is one of my weaknesses, but probably my strength, of capability of putting effort in things I don't want to do. It's like really impossible for me. It's just never been a thing. Like, other people can just push through walls. And sometimes I'm jealous of that. Like, oh, I wish I could just go work a job I hate for a while that pays me more. Like, I can just become like a computer programmer. I tried. It wasn't exciting me. I was like, I'm doing it for the money, so I can't do it. Like, it was just like, nope, I'm going to sabotage it. And it's good. So everything you failed at or ever sabotage yourself or has failed is good, because that means you didn't go in the direction you weren't supposed to go. Like, you hit a wall because it wasn't working. I want to be an environmental activist. I barely made it, but I made it. And I showed up every day knocking on doors I hate because I cared about the thing. If I was knocking on doors for Comcast, because I can't put pressure on myself to do something that doesn't have a reason, that doesn't excite me. So when you're not excited to do something, don't do it. And this is not what your parents would tell you. I have a thing I need to build in my apartment. It's starting to excite me to build it, but it hasn't in a couple of days, so I haven't done it because I've been tired. And I've been resting and recovering and feel better. But for most people, that's a failure, but it's not the time to do it. You're not excited to do it. Don't do it. Don't put the pressure on yourself to do something you don't. You gotta clean your apartment. Well, for who? No one's coming over. It's quarantine time. Coin that phrase. Quarantine time. This is me giving me advice. This is why I do this. I love it. So I guess now I'll put I'll channel. The golden mantis. I don't even know who they are. I should look it up. It sounds made up, but I swear they're real beings. Want to come through. They've been talking to me pretty directly. So I want to bring this channeling through, and then I'll be done. Hello. We are the golden mantis. We want to bring through an energy of real consciousness, of the effortlessness of the universe, of the effortlessness of Earth, of the effortlessness of you, the effortlessness of everything. This is reality, dear ones. The reality that all is well, all will be perfect. Everything fits together and everyone knows themselves. But you on Earth, you humans, have put people into boxes that aren't themselves. You have tried to be the thing that you were told to be, and you will fail over and over again until you accept who you are. You'll run into wall after wall after wall until you know who you are. And the walls are important because they show you who you are not. But dear ones, you have been told to do things you don't want to do again and again and again and again and again and again and again, because maybe very rarely it serves you. You're worried, oh, if I don't do what I don't want to do, I can't pay the rent or the bills or these things and blah, 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 blah. Do you want to do nothing? Do you want to sit still? Do you want to watch that show? Do you want to go outside? What do you feel in your heart that you want to do right now? And if there is any resistance into doing that thing, it is not time. It is not time. And that is okay. You have been told to not procrastinate, to get things done early, to show up early to an appointment. Us, the golden mantises, are like, that is dumb. Why wouldn't you show up to the appointment exactly on time? Why wouldn't you do the thing exactly when you need to do it? That would be like harvesting the apple before it's ripe. Anyone that gets places 30 minutes early all the time is wasting 30 minutes of their day every single day. It makes no sense. It's not even logical, dear ones. It is insanity. It is insanity how the way you live is the human race. It's insanity. You are like squirrels trying to be rabbits and rabbits trying to be birds. Be you. Don't be like anyone else. That's a waste of time. You were created, you were plucked from the tree that is your source, and you were brought to this earth in your perfection, and you went, I need to be something else. I need to be different. I'm not perfect the way I am. I need to go over here. I made mistakes. They're not real. None of it's real. It's language. Your language sucks, dear ones. You have shitty language. Failure, mistake. Throw those words out. They don't exist. There are no mistakes or failures. Throw them out. The only responsibility, dear ones, you have to take is for your perfection. That's it. If you were a criminal, if you have felons, if you've done something really bad in your life, it was where you were at. You was the perfect part of the apple. You might look at an apple and sometimes it has little blemishes on it, but the rest of the apple is perfect. It's still perfect. It is still you. Stop with the word failure and perfection and mistake. Let them go. They're done. They don't exist. They're bad words. Say fucking shit and ass way more. Stop saying failure, mistake, and perfection. Those are the swear words you need to throw away, dear ones. Thank you for hearing this message. Well, that was cool. I like how the golden mantises are like, they're so like, yeah, speakers, and I'm just like, rah. So they do great. I'm glad they take over my body once in a while. So thank you for watching. This is really cool spending time with you. If you want to do sessions, reach out to me, please. I want to make it really easy for you to do sessions with me. I'm not going to put up walls, right? There'll be bird angels that'll bring you over the walls, which is, us working together. So don't make it hard. Email me at channelingthecosmos@gmail.com. You also just like and subscribe. Is that what you do on YouTube? Like, subscribe, do the thing. So more people can hear these messages. If you think they're cool, if you think they're crap, then share them anyway, so you can show everyone else that they're crappy messages, and then that will also get the message out. So either way, I win. So I appreciate you guys. I love you. I'll see you if you want to see me again.